Hey everyone, this is Jyoti. You can call me Joe, and Maddie's with me, and we are back together after a little break. And I'm
Yes.
excited because we are reacting to a trailer, which doesn't happen very often, you know.
Yes, it doesn't happen very often, and we get very excited when there are trailers to react to. As much as we enjoy reacting to music, it's also
Yeah,
nice to react to trailers.
yeah.
So, the one that we are reacting to today is based on a book by Hussein Zaidi. It's called The Class of '98. The Assassins of Mumbai Police. I think there is some subtitle to the book. So it's based on a book, and it's produced by Red Chillies Entertainment, and it stars none other than your one-time crush, Mr. Bobby Deol.
Oh God, I knew I would regret telling you this.
Hey, to
So,
be fair, as soon as Barsat was released, I saw many of my classmates in the dorm rooms. They had
yeah,
those
it
huge
was.
posters with that. He also had like nice, luscious locks like this. So, I mean,
Listen,
he was all the rage.
he was just hot. He was like,
Yes,
you know how Ritik made it big
yes,
after his first film. Barsat was our Ritik of our times,
yes,
and
yes.
I was in school, and this is like full disclosure. It will be very embarrassing, but I will tell you, I had this folder which had those transparent leaflets.
Sheets.
Sheets,
Hmm.
and in that you put your assignments and whatnot. And I had the first 10 pages of that folder were Bobby Deol posters, and I would stare at his face every day while going to school in the car and in the classes, and like, oh my God, very embarrassing to admit this, but it's a true story.
No, but okay, so I know that today, like, the young ones will not get it, but he was truly the rage, right? So, he was
Barsat.
hot, like Barsat, Soldier, and what was that?
Gupt
Bichu,
also
I think,
happened,
right?
na?
Gupt.
Gupt.
So the
Gupt.
first few films that he had a really good run,
Yeah, he
and
did.
at that point he was a serious contender. He was in the A list for a few years. Of course, now he's probably faded away from the limelight. So
Yeah.
I
I
don't
think he
think
just
it's
made bad film
embarrassing
choices. I don't think he was a
after
bad
that.
actor.
No, no, I
I
don't
just
think
don't think
so.
he reached his full potential before
I
he
agree.
started
I
fading.
agree. I
But
agree.
I mean, I'm a Deol's fan right from their father, Sunny Deol. Loved it. But
And now Abhay also
Abhay is just in a category of his own.
different of his own.
He's,
Yeah.
yeah, and like he's one of the few, probably just the only now actor I follow on Instagram, because I've unfollowed a lot. That's another story. But he has made films that he knew wouldn't work for the traditional filmmakers in Bollywood.
Mm-hmm.
He's
Mm-hmm.
his tagline or whatever hashtag he uses, actually making what Bolly wouldn't. That's what he, and then he puts the little backstory of all the films he's made, like
Films he's
Devdi
done, yes, Devdi
and
and
that
Manorama and
Charlie's Local, whatever that film is, the
एक
name,
40 की last local.
Last Local. So anyway, we are digressing. The Deols
We
are awesome,
digress. So
and
yes, so
this
this is the
one,
one that has Bobby Deol. It
okay.
has Joy Sen Gupta and a host of supporting cast. In terms of the big names in the credits, in the billing, you can see Bobby Deol's name. So, and it's going to be a Netflix release. And another thing that, again, another blast from the past is director Viju Shah has scored the music for this outing. So, and we
Oh,
haven't heard any music from him for a while. Speaking of
oh,
Gupt, he is back. So a
like
lot of
early
fans are also
2000s. Yeah.
excited about the fact that he's back, because he hasn't really scored music or any
Is it
soundtrack in a while. So
is it music or is it background score? Because it's surprising if a thriller or a
I think
suspense
it's the
drama has
score
a
by
sound.
him. I think it's the score by him. He was also, it says music in the listing, but
Ah,
I will be very surprised, like you said, if there is a song actually there in the films. But yeah,
okay. So this is based on a book. Is the book based
based
on
on
a
a
true
book.
story?
Yes, I think it's because Hussein Zaidi generally writes non-fiction, right? So
Okay.
I haven't read the book, but his other books are all based on the Mumbai crime world and based on true stories, whether it's Black Friday or Dongri to Dubai. So they're all based on actual incidents that have happened, on true stories. So this book I haven't read, so we'll have to watch the trailer and then see.
Okay, I was just, because I don't want to go into it completely blind. So it says, demoted to an academy job, a cop trains 5 foolhardy students as assassins in his risky revenge plot against police corruption and the underworld. This is very exciting looking.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's do it.
Let's do it. Shall we?
Ready?
Yep.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, play.
बम्बई, ये शहर किसी जंग के मैदान से कम नहीं था। पूरा शहर बारूद के ढेर पर बैठा था। बस कोई माचिस जलाने वाला चाहिए था।
भविष्यवर्ती बम्बई पुलिस, अनफिट, सबके सब अनफिट। Fire!
I like that actor.
एक और मौका देना चाहता हूँ। 5 को, खुद को।
Damn, he's looking.
एक ऐसी स्क्वाड की जरूरत है। सब इंस्पेक्टर्स, रैंकिंग ऑफिसर्स इस स्क्वाड में होंगे। और उन्हें बिना जुरिस्डिक्शन के, रिस्ट्रिक्शन के गैंगस्टर्स का एनकाउंटर करने की फ्रीडम होगी। ये कल से के गैंग के की मेंबर्स हैं। इन्हें मारना बॉम्बे को किसी बीमारी से बचाने के बराबर है।
अगर ये सब तुम्हारा किया धरा है ना, then God help you सिंह। पुलिस सिस्टम एक ऐसा सिक्का है जिसके 2 साइड होते हैं। एक साइड लॉ,
पुलिसकर के साथ क्या करना है?
और दूसरा ऑर्डर, जिंदा पकड़ना। कभी-कभी ऑर्डर बनाए रखने के लिए लॉ को बलि चढ़ाना पड़ता है।
To protect the good and destroy the evil.
हम सबको पता है आपके साथ क्या हुआ था, और वो इसलिए हुआ था क्योंकि आपको गेम खेलना नहीं आता था।
गेम खेलना?
बॉम्बे पुलिस को हल्के में रहेगा, घर में घुस के मारेंगे तेरे को, तेरे बाप को।
Okay, goosebumps. And I think the score had a lot to do with that.
Yeah.
That was like the music was really raising the tension.
It is.
Okay
then. I'll have to absorb that.
Yeah. Very well put together trailer.
I think so. I have to, because we've been reacting in the last few months to a lot of trailers, and thanks to the pandemic and COVID, a lot of them are also being green-lighted. I was saying gaslighted. Green-lighted by the OTT platforms.
Yeah.
I don't know if a movie like Class of '83 would it would work if it was a theatrical release. I do think that the creative people, writers, actors, directors, I think they are getting to experiment with a lot more thanks to now projects being green lighted by the platforms, where there is no stress of what the box office collections would be. I think the focus is on putting a good story out, and that's the sense I got from the trailer.
Yeah.
I'd want to watch this.
I want to watch it for these new actors as well.
Yes,
they're
all of them new. The only 3 people I recognized was that one of the actors. He's a supporting actor. I think his name is Mukesh Rana, right? He's always
the trainer.
He's one of the trainer. And then Anup Soni, he's the politician, and Bobby Deol. And I think Bobby looks good. I think in this, he looks the part. He really looks the part.
He's looking angry, frustrated, determined, plotty, like he's plotting. What is plotty? Just made up a dumb word. Like he looks like he's plotting basically, and I like
He's
the
plotty. I think
plotty
we should just make this part of
hashtag.
we should make this part of this our vocabulary on the channel. He's plotty.
Hashtag plotty.
So
She's very plotty. No, so no, he's first of all the look
he
is really
does.
suiting
He
him.
looks.
The
I think the
stash
look. Yes,
is
I think
working.
it's working. I also think that he does look like somebody who is in his 40s and who's kind of got the determination, but also is a bit defeated and is also a bit frustrated, and he
Obviously
knows
lost
he's
his
been
wife and
wronged.
kid. Yeah, something
Yeah.
happened.
So I think as in the role he looks like he's well cast, as the Dean Vijay Singh, right? Yeah.
And this is based on true events when encounter killings were
Yeah.
on the rise and
So they
happening
will
so
definitely
quickly.
be inspired. Yeah, I think they'll definitely be inspired, because even when you're watching this, you're like, yeah, there was a time when there was a lot of these encounters that were happening, Bombay violence and the drug, not the drug, but the underworld and the police. So but it'll be an interesting take, because even one of the students will say, right, sometimes if you want order, you have to compromise on the law. You have to let go of the law if you want to bring in order. You can't do both. So I think it'll become eventually it look like it becomes a cat and mouse game between his students who he trained and him,
And
because then they eventually take over, and
that could happen.
at least that's the sense I got when I watched the trailer.
But I also want to touch upon that it's a Red Chillies production, which is Shah Rukh Khan's this thing, and I think it's run by his wife. I'm not sure what the dynamics are, but he's picked out fresh faces, which is commendable. Even though yes, people right now the whole nepotism debate is like everyone's boycotting Bollywood and everyone's and I mean, to a certain extent, rightly so. But I have on Twitter the few like tweets I saw with regards to this trailer were very like, good job, Shah Rukh. He's an outsider and he's giving the outsiders a chance. I'm guessing Bobby Deol is in that role because he probably auditioned and fit the part.
He suits the role.
One would hope. Yeah, like my thing is, I'm happy to support an actor. As long as I don't know if there's any way of knowing, but if there's been a fair auditioning process and that actor, whether they belong to a filmy family or not, has earned that position, just like any deserving person would in any other job, then I'm happy to watch that content. Right now, even I'm very this thing about watching films with star kids and all of that. It's kind of a turn off at the moment for me, but this definitely looks like he is correct in this role and he's doing a good job. So for me, and there are so many new actors who deserve to be watched. They were so good in the trailer. So I think for these reasons, I would give it a go.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
You were
on
saying
this?
so you and I offline, we've been having this ongoing discussions about nepotism, right? So and I often, for a healthy debate's sake, I take the opposing view, so to speak, and I get the whole boycott Bollywood and everything, but what people forget is that Bollywood also employs lakhs of people who earn daily wages. They are either spot boys, they are part of the production crew, they are part of the they are the spot boys, they are the lighting boys, there is the makeup crew, the costumes, even people who do the catering, supplying food for the sets and all of it. There's a whole bunch of people who also make their livelihood through these films. So sometimes we can also be very short-sighted when we say boycott Bollywood. If you want to go after specific actors, I get it. Yeah. But there is also a whole bunch of people who are not outsiders who also are making their livelihood.
Yeah, but the thing is, those are those guys get their salary irrespective. Before the film releases, they've been paid their due for being on set and doing their job. So they're like livelihood or income is not going to be dependent on the box office earnings of that film. That is where the revenue share and the production house will mint the money and laugh all the way to the bank. So I think that's what the public is generally just like, give us films and give us actors who we know have earned that part. Because your crew members and everyone is getting paid their wages anyway. Like, they are not dependent on the box office income. So that is where the debate. So I understand what you're saying. Yes, the film industry employs all these people, but if those films will anyway get made, whether an Alia Bhatt is starring in it or an outsider girl who's auditioned and fairly won a part in that film, the rest of the crew members will still get employed. So that's the debate and the reasoning.
But the same thing is that I always flip it, saying people who now are expressing outrage, right? How many did actually go and support? How many do actually go and watch newcomers? How many do actually go and support these actors? It's all very nice to. I mean, even with the case of Sushant, he actually pleaded people that go watch my Son Chidiya,
go
right?
watch Chore and.
Yeah,
I agree. The public has to take onus for the fact that they've supported these non-films for long enough. Student of the Year 2 got such massive box office collections for being such a crap film. I didn't even have to watch it to know, because the trailer was enough. Like, I actually one day was very bored and I watched 10 minutes of that film and I was like, I just lost 10 minutes of my life. I think it was on Prime or something. But yes, the audiences have supported these people for far too long, and maybe they understand that, and now they're making that conscious choice to not do it any longer. And I think that's a great change that's coming about.
I hope it comes about. I really do hope it comes about, because it's really also not fair to place it all just on Bollywood's feet and say that now you fix the problem, because Bollywood will keep making the movies that it thinks the audience will lap it up. But
just like remixes,
the audience to be,
people are lapping it up. So they're going on producing remixes. If you don't listen to it, if you don't call your favorite radio station and say "Ye wala gana bajao" and it's a remix, then that song will not play as often. So finally, the power lies with the power is really with the audiences.
Yeah,
it's just time to start making better conscious choices.
Yes. Much more conscious choices.
We should.
On that note, I think it looks like both of us are going to make a choice to watch The Class of '83. It looks intriguing enough. And the cast is also almost entirely new, at least the principal characters that we see in the trailer. So we will watch it and hopefully it'll get good reviews. Looks promising though. So that was about Class of '83 from the two of us. If there's any other trailer you would like for us to react to, please let us know. Like, comment, subscribe. We love to hear from you. We love hearing your recommendations, and we will be back with another reaction video very, very soon. Until then, this is the two of us saying bye.